Let me guess, you added chlorine to your pool and somehow it still looks like a swamp? Or maybe it looks clear today and tomorrow it's cloudy again for absolutely no reason. Yeah, your pool isn't broken. Your chemistry is probably. Today I'm going to show you how to actually balance your pool water the right way so your chlorine works, your water stays clear, and you stop throwing money in your pool like it's a wishing well. What's up guys, I'm Eric with Chlorine King and thanks for tuning in for another one. This is probably the number one question I get asked all the time. How do I balance my pool water? And honestly, it's not your fault it's this confusing. Most people are never taught the correct order, and that's exactly what I'm trying to fix today. Here's the biggest mistake pool owners make. They just start dumping chlorine in the pool by the barrels. Let me be clear, chlorine is not your starting point. If your pH, alkalinity, and stabilizer are off, your chlorine basically shows up to work and immediately quits. It's like hiring a security guard, but not giving him a flashlight, a radio, or telling him where to stand. Who does that? Here's the correct order to balance your pool. Write this down because this is everything. Alkalinity is first. As I've said before in numerous videos, your alkalinity is the foundation. If your alkalinity is low, then the pH bounces around very easily, like drastically. If alkalinity is too high, then it's very difficult to adjust the pH in incremental dosages. The ideal range for alkalinity is 80 to 120 parts. To adjust the alkalinity, use muriatic acid to lower it and sodium bicarb to raise it. Once alkalinity is stable, now it's time to adjust your pH. The ideal range is 7.2 to 7.8, however I like to aim for 7.4 to 7.6. This way it still allows some fluctuations but still be in range. If it's too high, your chlorine gets weak. If it's too low, now your pool is basically spicy water. Neither scenario is ideal. To adjust the pH, use muriatic acid to lower it and soda ash to raise it. You could also use sodium bicarb to raise it, but keep in mind bicarb has a greater effect on raising alkalinity than it does pH. The next one is the one most people don't even know about, CYA or stabilizer, and that protects your chlorine from the sun. No stabilizer equals your chlorine disappears in a few hours in Florida. The ideal range is 30 to 50 parts. You can go towards the upper range for salt pools so you can turn down your salt system chlorine production. This will directly help the pH from climbing so fast. To adjust stabilizer, you'll need fresh water to dilute it, which will lower it, or you'll need to add stabilizer to increase it. Now, and only now, you can add chlorine. What people typically do first, I'm suggesting to do last. Why, you may ask? Because now chlorine can actually work. There's a bunch of different types of chlorine out there, like liquid chlorine, cal hypo, or trichlor. I tend to favor liquid because it doesn't really have any side effects of adding something else to your pool, like what you get with cal hypo or trichlor. If your pool's cloudy or green, here's usually what's happening. If pH is too high, your chlorine is weak. If CYA is too low, chlorine burns off too quickly. If CYA is too high, you need more chlorine than normal to allow the chlorine to work properly. And if alkalinity is off, well, everything could be unstable. So if people keep adding chlorine and nothing changes, that's why. For all those that are screaming phosphates at the screen, yes, it can be that too, but that's for a different video. This video is about how to perfect basic pool chemistry. Here's a real world tip. If you want one simple rule to follow that a lot of people don't, it's this. Test your water before you add anything. Don't guess. Guessing is expensive. Sounds simple, right? If you come across someone who says they can smell or taste the water and know what it needs, tell them to put their crystal ball away and do not ever ask them for pool chemistry advice again. So how often should you test your pool? I recommend testing your pool at least 2 to 3 times a week during swim season, especially with pollen, rain, and heat all there trying to screw up your hard work and cost you even more money. Now here's a pro tip most people don't tell you. Check your stabilizer. That's a silent problem in a lot of pools, especially here in Florida when we tend to have a lot of rain during swim season and of course a lot of leaking pools. Thanks Soft Sugar Santa, Florida. If you follow this order, alkalinity, pH, stabilizer, then chlorine, you're going to solve like 90% of your pool problems. If this helped you out, hit that like button, subscribe for more pool tips, and if your pool is still fighting you, you might just need a pool guy who actually shows up. I'll catch you in the next one. Have a great day, everyone.